warm welcome from my side. I'm Anna. Please just call me Anna. And I'm happy to be with all of you here. And thank you so much for your time. I appreciate that you found the time to join today on Friday on summertime for those who are having summer now. And I hope the session is very useful for you all. And I hope today we are going to have a lot of fun. We have less than 1 hour to go through the entire Sinamics G220. So I will try to go through all the key highlights for you. And this is the agenda that we have prepared for today. First of all, and I wanted to be very clear on this, the product positioning, because I know the product has been promoted already for over a year, but still, it's not that easy to position the Sinamics G220 into our portfolio. So I want to touch that point. Then the key highlights, of course, what makes the Sinamics G220 unique, the tools, engineering tools that we have for it, what kind of industries and applications is the G220 dedicated for or more suitable for, the promotion packages. I believe this is also a very important point for you all, guys, and what is the outlook. There was a voice. I don't know if there is already a question. Can you all see the screen and sound? Everything is fine? Yes, hope so. Cool. Okay, then I'm going to jump into it. And before we really start with the agenda, I also prepared a poll. So I will be popping up questions every after cluster. And I would like to start with this very first one to just check that this is working on every single side and from everybody of you guys. So just, I hope right now you have a poll, you have a pop-up window with the question, how are you feeling today? Just to break the ice at the very beginning. So from my side, I'm going to answer, I'm great. It's Friday, it's summertime here in Prague, and I'm very happy to be here with you. And I see now some of the responses. So between great and good, okay, this is good. I'm super happy to see that most of you are in the top of the quiz. This is working, so the test is done, and I'm now gonna launch the very first question, and this is really important for me. I hope you have it now. What is it? Do you know what is it Sinamics G220? This is very important for me because then I can position what is the level of the session. I can go more into details, or I can go straight forward to the main questions you may have. So from my side, well, I wouldn't call me an expert, but I'm gonna be part of the experts in this session. So I see we have, yes, I'm an expert, not really. And I heard a little bit. Most of you heard a little bit. Okay, this is good. This is exactly what I was expecting to hear. And hopefully, if I launch the same question at the end, I hope most of you will answer that you are already experts. That's my goal today. Then I will go back to the agenda and let's jump directly into the product positioning. Where is this Sinamics G220 position? And before we jump into the positioning, I want to show you what is our, let's say, strategy or Sinamics portfolio. As you see here, we have, and let me grab the laser, we have 3 series. We have the V series in the standard basic performance range. Then in the middle range, we find the Sinamics G, and in the top of our performance, we had the Sinamics S. No matter if it's continuous or discontinuous motion, this is our approach. And we have a wide portfolio, and I also understand for you guys, it's difficult to select the suitable drive depending on the application or depending on the technical requirements, because we have quite a lot of drives. Then we are working on the Sinamics next generation portfolio, and we want to simplify and also to make this a way easier for you. Because on the current portfolio, we are facing some challenges, right? We have different software and hardware platforms. We have different variants, different tools, different options. So we are now working on a seamless approach. And let me show you how the next generation of Sinamics drives will look like. This is our new approach. We will simplify from these 3 ranges or 3 families into just 2. We will have or we are already having the continuous motion family with the Sinamics G, and then the discontinuous motion with the Sinamics S. The Sinamics S is pretty much released. So starting from the top, we have S220 partially. We are still waiting for the control unit to come, but it will come soon. Then we have the S210 new and the new S200. S200, the successor of the V90, if you remember, in two variants, S200, S200 basic. With this, we fulfill already and we complete the discontinuous motion, the servo side. But today we are going to focus on the continuous motion because this is where the Sinamics G220 is positioned. In the continuous motion side, for continuous motion applications, induction motors, reluctance motors, permanent magnet, pumps, fans, conveyor belts, hoists, extruders. So this is where the G220 is positioned, but in the high end. And this, please, I want you to remember, in the continuous motion, we also have these three performance range or levels: high end, mid range, and basic. And the G220 is positioned at the top. It's not the successor of the G120. I know it's confusing because for the S220, we came from the S120 to the S220, and it's exactly the successor. But in the G family, it's a little bit more complicated. So we will start from the basic, from the V20. Then in the middle range, we have G120, G120C, G120X, and all the different variants. And in the top, we had a variant, for example, a high-end variant with the G120 modular, PM250, the regenerative, the CU250S with the positioning. And we have also large power drives like G130, G150, S120 ACAC. It's part of this high-end in the continuous motion. And all of those drives will be in the future replaced by the Sinamics G220. And what makes the Sinamics G220 unique? So the Sinamics G220 is actually our brand new frequency converter for this high end in the continuous motion. And some of the features, you can find them here. Not only IP20 degree, but also IP55 UL type 12. It's already released. Then we have the clean power. And for the clean power, I have also very good news. Just this month, we released the clean power IP20. I will go later on in details about the clean power. And IP55 is coming as well. We have digital twin integrated in a star drive. We can simulate the behavior of the drive. The drive is also IoT ready. We can send high frequency data to the industrial edge. It includes as default S2 redundancy functions for especially reliable operations. And Profinet IRT, high performance vector control. This is also one of the differences comparing to the G120, the motor control. And we also have safety seal 3, security integrated, and a lot of functions also are in the pipeline, so in the coming months. Just in a nutshell, you see here our key visual, and these are the 6 pillars of our Sinamics G220. The clean power, which is the low harmonics version. Then we have the easy of use, and here we believe we have improved a lot the usability to make it as easy as possible. The digitalization is a very important part of our approach. Security goes hand in hand with digitalization as well to protect the drive from cyber attacks and from wrong users. Safety integrated has been improved and optimized, and of course the motor control. In terms of the focus industries, you see here some of them. So yes, our focus is also the process industries, as you see, with food and beverage, pharma, chemicals, oil and gas, but also some other industries where certain requirements were not met with our current portfolio, and we also want to address them, like marine or very specific, or in general, also general machinery. About the power range, I will go into the details also later, but our plan in the coming years is to reach out up to 1,000 kilowatts. It could be even more with the Sinamics G220. So we will have a complete seamless solution for you, and also to cover many different applications. So with this, I hope now you position a little bit better our Sinamics G220 inside our Sinamics portfolio. Then I have a quick question for you after this very first cluster. Let me launch it. Be openable. Yes or no? This is 50% for you guys. Is the Sinamics G220 the direct successor of the Sinamics G120? And this is actually for me to double check if I explain it good enough or not. Okay, so I see for now 20% yes, 78% no. Okay, 50 responses already, so this is a pretty high number. I hope you keep answering. I will give you just a few seconds more just to make up your mind. Is it the G120, the G220 direct successor of G120? Okay, 80% said no and 19% said yes. So yeah, the correct answer is no, it's not the direct successor. So we are not migrating, and we are not talking about migration yet. And it is not the successor from G120. The G220 is positioned in the high end, or due to technical details, indeed, that makes the G220 a drive for high performance applications. While in the G120 we focus in the middle range, but we will go through the entire presentation to discuss about these innovations that are part of the G220. But okay, 80% answer correctly, so I'm pretty happy with this. And now let me move on to the next cluster, which is the longest cluster of the presentation, and we will go through the different highlights. So then we start with the Sinamics G220 highlights, and you will see now a lot of topics popping up on the screen, such as security, DC-link choke, digital twin, safety CL3, flexible design, EPOS, PCS7 integration. So this is just a small part of all the features that are part of the Sinamics G220. And you can imagine how difficult it is to put everything together, but we believe we made it. And as a result, we get a drive that is digital, that is secure. It's very, I don't know why this is in Spanish, to be honest, but obviously I will give you the presentation in English. It's easy to use, and then it's sustainable. And let's start with the very first cluster, which is Sinamics G220 Digital. And the Sinamics G220 is one of our digital native drives. And of course, it has a powerful digital twin. So digital twin is fully integrated in Start Drive in the TIA portal, as you can see in this small screen. In TIA portal, this allowed us to test, to simulate, and also to validate the drive behavior under realistic conditions. So before we even have the hardware, we can test, and we can also use it for training purposes. This can be done thanks to the Drive Sim Engineer, which is our add-on part of the TIA portal. It's also possible to create a digital twin of the drive, and even to access to the digital web server of the digital twin, which is pretty amazing. And in the next step, coming soon this summer, we will connect this digital twin also to the PLC sim. Then we will have the complete drivetrain, including the controller, simulated without any hardware. Of course, as a result of all this simulation, our customers can benefit up to 50%. That could be even more once we do this integration with the PLC sim advanced. 50% shorten engineering times and commissioning efforts. during, of course, the design and the implementation phase. So this is one of our highlights and already available for you. Then this was the very first side of the digitalization when we are in the designing phase before we even get the hardware. And on the other side of the medal, then during operation, our customers can also benefit from a real-time monitoring. And this is thanks to the connectivity to industrial edge. We have this little module here, which is called the IIoT option modules. And this module can be connected beneath the drive, as you see here, and it's automatically recognized by the drive. Then via this high-speed port, we can just plug in a patch cable connected to industrial edge, select the 16 parameters that can be sent with this high frequency to the industrial edge, and we can benefit from a real-time real drivetrain monitoring. And this is for sure increasing our productivity, and it provides transparency about our operations and how our drives and motors are doing in the different applications. It helps us to improve also the efficiency. And of course, we can reduce the maintenance cost because we can detect before anything goes wrong. We can detect if there any anomaly during operation before it actually stops. So this is as part of our conditioning monitoring during operation. And in the design phase, we had the digital twin, and during the operation and maintenance, we have the connectivity to industrial edge. So we cover during the entire life cycle the digitalization of our Sinamics G220. Therefore, we say that our Sinamics G220 is digital. In the next cluster, I hope you hear also the sound. I believe you have a hint now of what is coming next. And from the digital cluster, we are going to jump into security. We just saw a typical cyber attack. And this is what we want to prevent thanks to our security integrated concept. We are coming from the digitalization. We have connected our drive to the cloud, to the edge via the IIoT module. We are sending data, but of course, the moment we are also increasing the connectivity, we are also increasing the risk to suffer a cyber attack, not only from the industrial communication, but also from the workers around the plant who can just go to the drive and perhaps manipulate the settings. Well, this is not allowed anymore because Sinamics G220 provides a secure access to the automation. Secure access meaning the UMAC, which is the user management and access control. We can define different profiles, different user rights, and only those who has the right, let's say, settings can access and manipulate the configuration of the drive. And this is no matter if you are accessing via the industrial communication or directly via the integrated panel. Then we also have secure communication between the TIA portal, between the drive, and between the different clients, from the drive to the rest of the devices. And also important, the integrity and authenticity check. So this is an integrated function that prevents the installation of manipulated firmware. So the drive, it's completely secure when it comes to the user manipulation. Then this is thanks to our security integrated functions. Secure is one thing. So the drive is protected against the users and against the cyber attacks via the communication. But on the other hand, we also want to make our drive safe. That means that the workers around the machines, the workers that are manipulating and configuring the drive, they are also safe. And this is thanks to our safety integrated functions. So talking about safety, we have already for many years at our Sinamics portfolio a really wide range of safety functions. But now, with our Sinamics G220, we go to the next level because we have reached the SEAL 3, which is one of the highest safety levels for our machines and our operations. This is, of course, making our applications and our settings easy, and there are many improvements. So let me start from the left. The first improvement is the test stop is automatically done. I don't know if you have already certain knowledge during commissioning of our Sinamics G120 drives, for example, when it comes to the safety functions. But in the past or currently with our G120 family, you need to go online to do the settings. You need to go through all the safety wizard. Then you need to download everything to the drive. You need to power off, power on, and then do the test stop. And then, if everything went well, the safety settings are configured. Well, we have simplified tremendously this commissioning, and this test stop that we needed to do because it's mandatory, it's automatically done by the drive. So no need for this test stop anymore. The drive will do it automatically and internally, and there is nothing else that you need to do on your side. So it's completely autonomous. And we are able to do this because we have improved the electronics components inside the drive. Then another innovation is that we reach the level now SEAL 3 PLE category 4, no matter if it's via hardware, so via direct terminals, or via ProfiSafe, via the industrial communication bus. And in this case, you see here, we have this terminal connector to directly connect the STO, the emergency stop, directly to the drive. It's pre-activated by default, so you don't need to go through the settings and activate it. It's already activated for you. And if you just want to make use of it, remove these bridges, connect your emergency stop, and that will be already fulfilling SEAL 3 PLE and working. Nothing else needs to be done from your side. And another important point is I show you already this little IIoT module that can be connected beneath the control unit. This is the control unit of our IP20 drive. And in this case, we have also a different option module that is plugged here. So it's an option. It's plugged here, and is the SMT module, Safe Motor Temperature. This module includes this terminal that allowed us, with the ATEX certified, allowed us to connect an input for a sensor, temperature sensor, coming from a next motor, a motor located in an explosion area. And this is ATEX certified again, and this will allow us to enter in many more applications with this explosion area, for example, in the food and beverage, in the pharmaceuticals, in chemicals, in oil and gas, thanks to this ATEX certified module. So this is, again, another innovation that we didn't have in the past. And of course, this is thanks to our safety integrated functions. So we have seen already how secure it's and how safe is the drive. But now that our application is running, we want to ensure that it will not stop no matter what. And in this case, and for the first time, we have implemented in our Sinamics G220 the function S2 redundancy. So that means, as you see here, that the drive can be connected into a network that is handled by two PLCs. Usually we have a primary redundant. This is a redundant PLC. So we have a primary, which is connected via optic fiber cable to a backup. So in case of PLC failure, the second one, the backup, will take over immediately. And then the operations will continuously keep running, and it won't stop at any point during this, let's say, switching of the PLCs. And this is thanks to this redundancy functionality on the drive itself. So far, this S2 redundancy function was only part of our S120 portfolio as a high-end drive. But now, in the G family for the first time, and in the G220, we have this function integrated in the communication module as a standard. With this, we increase, of course, the reliability of the applications. We improve the maintenance and the repair, and we can rely on the S2 system redundancy. So we are so happy to have this functionality that is pretty much required in many critical applications. For example, in buildings where the water system cannot stop, or in the automotive industry where the lines needs to keep running no matter what happened, because a downtown could cost a lot of money. And you see the IP55, right? So I want you to take a closer look at this. And this is also something we are very proud of. For now, or so far, we only had the G120P IP55, but it was a drive dedicated to the water and wastewater industry, HVAC as well, and for a very stable power grids with low overload performance. In this case, the Sinamics G220 is a very robust drive, industrial drives for the continuous motion applications, also in the high overload. And if we take a closer look at the IP55, we say that it offers an extreme durability. And some of the options are, for example, the maintenance switch as an option. Also, the integrated DC choke. This is part of every Sinamics G220. And then if we go all the way up, we also say that it's built to conquer any environment. It also has 3C3 coating for the harsh environments. The web server interface, which is also part of our Sinamics G220 concept. We can open this door that right now is completely secure thanks to the safe access of this padlock that we can also add to the security concept. But if we open this door, then we see there is a web server interface. So we don't need any external tool, although the drive is integrated in TIA Portal, Start Drive. But once we receive the drive, we can just connect the patch cable. We can access to the integrated web server and do commissioning, diagnostics, monitoring, backups, and restored. And we can do every kind of settings just via this service port. And last but not least, the integrated operator panel, that now we need to get used to the new names with this next generation of Sinamics drives. We don't call it operator panel anymore. We call it Smart Drive Interface. So this is the SDI, Smart Drive Interface, and I will show you later what is our advanced operator panel as well, which is called SDI Pro. But that will come in a second. So, yeah, due to all of these highlights that we have seen, the security integrated functions, the safety integrated improvements, that is mainly on the software side, but also on the hardware side with this IP55 enclosure, with the 3C3 coating, with the integrated braking chopper and DC link choke, we can say that our Sinamics G220 is really robust and it's secure. Then we jump into the next cluster, which is the usability. So we also say, or we promote that our Sinamics G220 is easy to use, but it's easy to use for everyone. And I want to explain a little bit this concept. What does it mean that for everybody? So we have brought and improved usability to make really our customer journey as smooth as possible. And for everyone means with and without technical knowledge. So let's start with the easy setup, diagnostics, and maintenance that can be done by everyone thanks to the integrated web server. So in these next Sinamics next generation drives, we can benefit from the same approach, from the same software, and from the same integrated web server. No matter if we are talking about the Sinamics G220, the Sinamics S200, the Sinamics S210, all of them are based on the same integrated web server. So now it will be a way easier for you just to jump from one drive to the other, because the configuration, the access, and the settings are very much the same. So how do we access to this integrated web server, which is located at the front, as you see, at the bottom of the operator panel? So we can access or either via cable, directly a patch cable. You can even access via this OTG cable. So from one side, you can connect an RJ45. From the other side, you can connect it to your phone directly. Or you can also access via Wi-Fi. For that, we have this accessory here, which is called Sinamics Smart Adapter. And I know in the G120 family, we have the option module, the Smart Access. But the philosophy here is slightly different. With the Smart Access, we had the web server in this module. But in the Sinamics next generation, the web server is completely inside the drive. The only thing this smart adapter is doing is just creating the Wi-Fi network. But the information and the main information is coming from the drive. And this has a lot of benefits. The first one, and one of the most important, is the look and feel. So the look and feel is exactly the same, no matter if we access to the drive via the cable, via Wi-Fi, and also via different clients. So as you see here, we have different clients to access the web server, like the PC, directly, as I said, the cable, and you access via the PC. We can also access to the web server via the Profinet port, via the communication port, if we enable it. And we can have access, for example, from an HMI directly from your phone or tablet, thanks to this Wi-Fi adapter, and also our SDI Pro, which is this one that you see here, and it's our advanced operator panel. This supports, of course, our integrated web server, supports multi-language, and it has a secure access and communication. But I want to give you a little bit more information about our advanced operator panel. So let's take a closer look. And this is our Sinamics SDI Pro 5.5. And 5.5 is coming from 5.5 inches of screen touch display that it comes with the operator panel. In this case, it has this multi-language interface, but this is coming from the web server. This is coming from the drive, and multi-drive access. And I'm going to show you what does it mean, what this multi-drive access looks like. There are 3 ways to use it, our SDI Pro. And the first one is you can mount it on the door of the cabinet. The second one is that you can also mount it with a special frame. It can be mounted on the IP55. And the third one, you can just hold it on your hand with the handheld kit. So, and if you notice inside the cabinet, which is one of the most important innovations we have implemented here, with one and only SDI Pro, you can control all the drives inside the cabinet. And this is valid for the Sinamics next generation drives. So for the Sinamics drives to be compatible with the SDI Pro, they need to have this integrated web server. And as I said again, for now we have the Sinamics S200, the Sinamics S210 New, and the Sinamics G220. So all of these drives can be connected to the same network, for example, via a switch. And with just one SDI Pro located on the door of the cabinet, you can access to all of them. This is a big improvement comparing to our current solution, where one operator panel needed to be mounted per drive inside the cabinet. So this is taking the usability and also saving a lot of material and saving a lot of energy as well and resources to also to become more sustainable. So the easy access via the integrated web server, but of course, for those advanced users, for advanced motion control applications, the Sinamics G220 is fully integrated into a StarDrive TIA portal from the version 18 with the Service Pack 2, and now it's also, of course, available in the TIA portal version 19. We have a new wizard for efficient commissioning, as you can see here in this screen. And for example, you can cancel at any time the commissioning process. This is something we have improved in the past, where you were online with the drive during the commissioning process, you couldn't cancel it. You needed to finish the commissioning for the drive to keep running. But at certain point, that could happen that you lose the communication between the PC, the laptop, and the drive, and then the drive will be in this standby mode, and then you need to do a restarting. Well, this is a thing of the past. This will not happen anymore because every time right before you start a commissioning, the drive will create a backup. So in case of communication lost, the drive will recover this information from this backup, and it will keep running afterwards. So this is one of the improvements. And also this new guided wizard that allowed us just to jump quickly to the step that we need to adjust the settings and the parameters, and then we can just finish and save it and download it to the drive. So this makes, of course, the workflow much more efficient and much more smooth. And then on the right-hand side, you see here the tablet with the web server. So of course, there is an exchange between these two tools, between the StarDrive and the web server. And for example, if a customized parameter list was created on the web server, or a commissioning was done via the web server, these settings can be transferred to a StarDrive and vice versa. So everything now, it's much more seamless. And last but not least, we can benefit, of course, from the TIA openness, from the TIA portal openness, with the serial drive commissioning, with the motion control libraries, with Sinablogs, and this is part of our, let's say, improved usability concept. So not only for the technical advanced users, but also for the easy users where there is no that much of the technical knowledge about the drive, then we believe the G220 is very easy to use. And from how easy it is to set up the drive, I want to move forward to the next cluster, which is sustainability. We also have improved in this new hardware design and the new software design. We have pretty much focused on the sustainability, and therefore we say that the Sinamics G220 is sustainable but also efficient. This is our overall sustainability concept, and I know this slide is full of information, but just the keywords for you. So we start from the designing phase, from the production of our factories. We have reduced to the minimum the paper that is included in our packages. And also we have created this ID link QR code that is printed in every single Sinamics G220. I left it there because maybe you can try and scan the QR code, and you will see all the information from Sinamics G220 that can be downloaded digitally, like manuals, operating instructions, the certificates, the data sheets. Everything can be downloaded digitally, and everything is produced in our factories that are becoming production sites neutral. Then this is the first part, the design phase with the sustainable materials. Then we move to the optimal use, and this is the usage phase of our drives, which is actually the longest. And in this case, of course, we can save energy thanks to the new motor control that allowed us to control high efficient motors, but also thanks to the harmonics. So we save on the motor side, but we save on the grid as well, as we had the clean power variant with a very, very low harmonics distortion. And then, of course, maintenance is also possible remotely, which makes also more sustainable all these on-site in, let's say, reviews, so it can be done remotely. And we have improved also the electronics, so the drive is designed to last longer. In the last phase, the value recovery and circularity, here, of course, we have a video, easy of disassembling, where we show how to disassemble a Sinamics G220, how we separate the different materials like plastics, electronics, and also metallics parts, and how we can recycle them. And last but not least, all of this is integrated in our EPD, which is our environmental product declaration. So we provide a full transparency in this report of how much not only CO2 footprint we produce with our product, but other important components as well. And I don't know if you are aware as well of our Sinamics Ecotech profile. So this is brand new. It was presented a couple of months ago during Hanover Fair. This is our new, let's say, green label from Siemens. And only the products who fulfill certain claims, like reduced packaging, like the ID link, this value recovery and circularity concept, or if say energy efficiency functions can actually get it. And in this case, Sinamics G220 is one of our first drives include in this Ecotech profile. Further information, you can click all over the slide later on when you receive the material, and you can deep dive into all the different topics. And from the life cycle, let me now focus on the Sinamics game changer, clean power. We are very excited about this innovation. So this has been released this month, the IP20 variant, and the IP55 will follow. I will give you the details later. And what makes this Sinamics G220 Clean Power special? Well, first of all, it has an active infeed unit integrated. With this integrated unit, which is completely inside the drive, so no external options needs to be added, we guarantee a THDI, so a total harmonic distortion in the current below 3%. And believe me, this is huge. This is a huge improvement that we have made here. And sorry, I just got a call. We have made here, and we are very proud of it because it was developed by our vertical integration team and just released this month. What other benefits? So it is a very compact, space-saving design. It's exactly the same footprint in the G220 general purpose and this clean power variant. It has exactly the same dimensions. And if we compare here, please look at this picture. If we compare here this harmonics level that we can achieve with a clean power unit, and this is, for example, 22 kilowatts, comparing to a traditional footprint where we need to add to the drive a passive harmonic filter to reach the same level, then you see how much space we are saving. So this is measured at a scale. This is a drive of 22 kilowatts. This is the passive harmonic filter we need to install next to the drive to reach this harmonic level. And this is our new clean power solution, everything integrated, no external components. installation, simplified wiring, and so on, and also, of course, resources and efficiency, you can save up to 80% of the space inside the cabinets. The plan is to go up to 500 kilowatts. For now, we have 55, but we will get there step by step in a very seamless footprint. And also part of our sustainability concept, it's actually the hardware and software options. And here we have our Sinamics G220. On the left-hand side, we have maximum flexibility in the software side as the different options I already presented, but also some software licenses. The Drive Sim Engineer, the digital twinning star drive, it's available via license, but we can also improve the performance of our drives, for example, when it comes to safety, with safety extended functions, and also with extended motor control. This function allowed us to have a very precise control, especially of high efficiency motors like reluctance motors, at very low frequencies. And it's pretty much the same as if we were controlling a motor with an encoder, but without the encoder. So we can really achieve a very precise control. On the right-hand side, I have the hardware options. And in this case, we have, for example, the communication module. The communication module is located at the top. In this case, this is communication Profinet, but Profinet also includes Ethernet IP and Modbus TCP, all in one communication module. In the next steps, we will also have communication module Profibus. We will also have communication module Modbus RTU, but this will come later. On the option modules that can be plugged beneath the drive, beneath the control unit, we have the SMT, which is, just for you to remember, the ATEX certified module for connection of the sensors of motors located in explosion areas. We have the IIoT module, which allowed us to have a high frequency data transfer from the drive to the edge. And we have the option module drive click. And this option module allowed us, of course, to connect, for example, a drive click encoder. So you see how the drive can be tailor-made with software functions and with hardware options to really provide a customized solution to every customer, optimizing, of course, the resource of our materials. So for all of this, we say that Sinamics G220 is sustainable. So just take away we can shorten engineering effort and accelerate time to market thanks to the digitalization. We can, of course, protect the personnel and machines and processes with safety and security integrated functions, also in harsh environments, inside the cabinet with the IP20 and outside the cabinet with the IP55. We can also reduce the commissioning times thanks to the improved usability. And of course, we can also save energy and resources thanks to the clean power version, the high efficiency motor control compatibility from Siemens, but also from third party, and thanks to the hardware and software options. And now let me show you the scope of our Sinamics G220. So what has been released so far? So we have the IP20 variant on the top in 6 different frame sizes from A till E. And then the IP55, it's at the bottom from frame size B to E. The power range, we have here all the details. So in IP20, we have 200 volts and 400 volts. And now we reach 500 volts. That before we were only up to 480. So there is here an improvement. And we go from 0.55 kilowatts up to 55 kilowatts. The plan, you can find it here. So for IP20 devices, we want to go up to 1,000 kilowatts. And in IP55, we will stop at 110. we also believe bigger than 110 kilowatts, we really need a cabinet. And as options, this is the Sinamics SDI standard, which is the integrated operator panel, and the Sinamics SDI Pro, which is the advanced operator panel. It's coming soon. Actually, it's coming in the next week. During this summertime, we are going to have so many improvements and releases, and this is one of them. On the options here below, we have the Wi-Fi adapter. This is already available, and also the software licenses for safety extended functions and motor control, completely available. On the communication side, we have the communication module Profinet, and on the option modules, the Drive Click, SMT are already released, and the IIoT module, it's coming also together with the SDI Pro in a few weeks from now. And what is next? So you see here, which is kind of hidden, it's also the 690 volts. So we have released for now 200 volts variant, 400 volts variants, and the 690 volts is also in the plan. So it will also come later on. For the clean power, you see this blue band here. The clean power starts from 7.5 kilowatts till 55, and it's available in these three frame sizes: frame size D1, frame size D2, and frame size E. We believe with this we can cover many applications in low harmonics. And this was the second cluster, and please don't be scared of the last 5 minutes we have, and because the next topics are actually very short ones. So I will jump right away into the tools, and then we can have a quick round for questions later on. What are the tools implemented in our Sinamics G220 or available for Sinamics G220? So in the left-hand side, we have selection tools, SPC, TIA selection tool, and the Sinamics selector. And on the right-hand side, we have the commissioning tools with the integrated web server. And we have, of course, StarDrive TIA portal, DriveSim Engineer, our digital twin for this virtual commissioning is also available. And we have the packets, the PDM FDI packets to integrate Sinamics G220 also in the PCS7 environment. For quick support, we also have the ID link in every drive. I left here also a real QR code from one of our drives, so you can also scan it and take a quick look of what information is provided digitally. Then, about the industries and applications. Then we have the overview here, and in this very first step, we focus on food and beverage, pharma, chemicals, oil and gas, and marine, but also general machinery for sure. These are some of the process industries where we believe we have dedicated features or requirements with the G220 to fulfill them, and kind of applications where the G220 is the perfect fit for. You have here centrifuge, mixers, extruders, reactors, decanters, but also compressors, spray dryers, cranes, hoists, and also in the side of the conveyors as well. In the food and beverage, there are many lines in the automotive, rotary feeders as well, and last but not least, pumps, fans, and all kind of air control systems for the IP20 and for the IP55 in case of decentralized applications like the one that you see here. So inside the cabinet or just next to the application. Then it comes the promotion package. In this case, I want to highlight the available 3D model. I hope you can all later click on the link and download it. We have a 3D model available for the IP55 and the IP20. And it's an interactive model, so you can just open the drive, open the door, see the different terminals, connect, for example, the smart adapter. You can disconnect the EMC filter. You can see where is located the communication module. Also, the IP55, you can also open the cover, play around with it. This is for you to get familiar with the new Sinamics G220 in IP20 and IP55 and completely free of charge. Then our training cases, so our promotion demo cases to offer trainings and also for you to make use of it and to get knowledge how to do a commissioning, how to connect it to the PLC, how to, for example, program it. So in this case, this is our concept. So this is the G220 drive plus the PLC, and we also include the smart adapter, the Wi-Fi connection, and the 3 option modules available. There is an option, which is this reluctance motor, and can be added as an option to the standard Sinamics G220 demo case, and with a hard-in connection can be just plugged into this original case, and you can also have or make familiar yourself with the reluctance motor control. When is all of this be available? In this summer. So we expect during July we release it. We are just waiting for the IIoT module to be released, to be honest, because the IIoT module is the only module that is not released yet. As soon as this module is released, then the demo case will be also ready. And our remote training platform, and you are familiar with this. This is our platform for you, for our partners, to also perform trainings online, but also to use it for training purposes. And in this case, we have an innovative setup because we want to cover as many trainings as possible. So 8 stations are in preparation. It will be also available, we expect, during July. And as you see here, this is the drive, the PLC 1500, and we have 2 different kind of motors. So we have, and you see here the topology, an induction motor with a safety encoder, and we have also a reluctance motor. So we can showcase the different training, safety training, also reluctance motor control training to see how accurate is this motor control I was talking about, and also together with the PLC. You can switch between the 2 motors at any time, and I hope it really fulfills most of your requirements. Also from the promotion package, and for you guys, we have prepared a digital campaign package. You can find the link in this green box later. And it's a document of like 10 pages where we summarize and include all the promotional assets for you, like the brochure, the website, banners, the marketing videos, everything is included in this packaging. So you can make use of it, and it's available in different languages as well. Then another summary of where to find all of our assets, from documentation till the service and support. So this is just for you to have a quick view and a quick access to all of our promotion material. And okay, and now I jump to the last topic, and sorry, I'm 1 minute over time, but I think we still, if you stay, we have still a few minutes for questions. So this is actually my last slide. I already explained what has been released. So we have already from last year the Sinamics G220 multiple purpose drive IP20 up to 55 kilowatts. And this March in 2024, we released the IP55. Now in May, or end of May, early June, we released the Clean Power IP20 up to 55 kilowatts. And you see what is coming next. Now in September, early September, we will have the IP55 Clean Power Drive, this low harmonics variant. And in November, in November, always our very famous SPS fair takes place in Nuremberg. And we will have more news on the hardware and on the software side in November.